Have you ever wondered if you are really ready to live in a higher dimension, where the old rules no longer apply? Are you prepared to face the challenges of letting go of control and flowing with a reality based on love and unity? Today we will talk about the challenges of living in the fifth dimension, a level of consciousness where everything we thought we knew changes radically. In this space, linear time ceases to exist as we know it, emotions intensify and manifestations occur quickly. It's a world of more subtle vibrations, but also of greater responsibilities. If lately you've noticed that your old ways of thinking and acting are no longer working, that the relationships in your life are changing, or that you feel an unusual attraction to the spiritual, you may already be vibrating in the fifth dimension. But what does this really mean? And most importantly, are you ready to navigate the challenges that come with this quantum leap? Join me as we explore the key challenges of living in the fifth dimension, and what you can do to align with this higher energy. In the end, you'll find out if you're ready to fully embrace this new way of living. But what is the fifth dimension? Well, the fifth dimension is a concept that has gained relevance in the spiritual community in recent years. As more people experience spiritual awakenings and begin to explore new ways of living and perceiving the world, the idea of the fifth dimension appears as a promising horizon. But what exactly is this fifth dimension and how does it differ from our current reality? The fifth dimension does not refer to a physical place that you can visit, nor is it something that you can measure or see with your eyes. Instead, it is a heightened state of consciousness, a vibrational reality where love, compassion, and unity become the predominant forces guiding our experiences. At this level of existence, the limitations of the third dimension, such as the perception of time and linear space, dissolve. Here, the energies are more subtle, the connections are deeper, and the manifestation of our thoughts and emotions happens almost instantaneously. Imagine living in a state where there is no separation between what you think and what you experience. In the fifth dimension, the concept of action-reaction accelerates, as what you project into your mind and heart is quickly reflected in your reality. This is one of the reasons why, as you enter the fifth dimension, it is essential to have developed a high level of awareness and emotional self-control. What you vibrate, what you feel, and what you believe manifests quickly, which implies a greater responsibility in your process of creating reality. On this plane, duality disappears. We no longer experience life from the perspective of the me versus the other, nor do we feel separate from others or the universe. In the fifth dimension, everything is connected by a unified consciousness. Judgments, rivalries, and fear lose their force, because we understand that each being is a manifestation of the same divine energy, and everything we experience is part of the same unity. Emotions such as unconditional love and gratitude become the norm, replacing the patterns of fear, attachment, and ego that dominate in lower dimensions. To better understand the fifth dimension, it is important to contrast it with the third dimension, the state of consciousness in which most people currently live. The third dimension is what we perceive as the physical reality that surrounds us, where space, time, and duality predominate. Here, experiences are perceived through the lens of the ego, which separates and divides, creating a sense of self versus other. This duality is the source of many of our daily struggles: competition, fear of failure, judgments about others, and relationships based on emotional dependence. In the third dimension, the perception of time is linear. We live our lives based on the past, present, and future. The past conditions us, the present is something we are constantly trying to control, and the future is something we worry about or project ourselves towards. This linearity of time is one of the main limitations of the third dimension, as it prevents us from being fully present and aware in the here and now. In addition, in the third dimension, the manifestation of our desires and thoughts occurs much more slowly, due to the energetic density of this reality. Here, We need to take concrete physical actions to make our intentions a reality, and we often go through lengthy processes before we see tangible results. This can lead to frustration, as our desires do not always manifest as quickly as we expect. However, in the fifth dimension, everything changes. By rising to this level of consciousness, we transcend the limitations of duality and ego. The perception of time is no longer linear, but everything is experienced in a continuous present. Past and future are no longer a burden, and we can live fully in the now, understanding that each moment is perfect just as it is. This shift in the perception of time also affects how we manifest our intentions. In the fifth dimension, the processes of creating reality are much smoother and faster. Because of the energetic lightness of this state, what you think and feel materializes more quickly, leading us to a deeper understanding of the interconnectedness between our thoughts, emotions, and experiences. This also implies that any negativity you hold within you, any fears or doubts, can quickly manifest in your reality, so learning how to manage and clear your emotions becomes essential. The key in the fifth dimension is that we no longer operate from ego or fear, but from the heart. Intuition becomes our main tool to navigate this new reality. We no longer look outside of ourselves for answers, but rely on our inner connection to the universe and to the divine source. Decision-making is no longer based on fear of the unknown or cold logic, but on intuitive wisdom that guides us toward what is highest and aligned with our spiritual purpose. Living in the fifth dimension is a profound and transformative process. It involves leaving behind the old ways of thinking and being that we have learned in the third dimension and embracing a new reality based on love, compassion, and unity. It is a state of consciousness where everything is interconnected, where time and space as we know them cease to exist, and where our intentions manifest rapidly. The fifth dimension is not something we reach physically, but a level of consciousness that we attain through our spiritual growth and our ability to vibrate at higher frequencies. Living in the fifth dimension is a profound process of inner transformation that brings with it many spiritual benefits, but also challenges that can be overwhelming if we are not prepared to face them. By raising our consciousness to this new level, we leave behind the limitations of the third dimension, but we face emotional, mental, and relational obstacles that require constant inner work. Among the most important challenges are ego detachment, changes in relationships, and emotional management. Below, we will explore each of these challenges, to better understand what this quantum leap in our consciousness really entails. 1. Detachment from the ego. One of the greatest challenges in living in the fifth dimension is detachment from the ego. In the third dimension, the ego is the tool through which we experience the world. It gives us an identity, separates us from others, and creates the illusion that we are in constant competition for resources, attention, and recognition. The ego is, in essence, the source of many of our material desires and attachments, such as the need for control, external validation, and the fear of losing what we think belongs to us. Living in the fifth dimension, we are asked to let go of that identification with the ego. This detachment is a difficult transition, since it involves renouncing the material desires that in many cases have been the engine of our lives. In this new state of consciousness, control over our circumstances is no longer in our hands in the same way. We learn to flow with life, trusting that the universe always provides us with what we need, at the right time. The process of ego detachment also involves letting go of the need to define ourselves through external achievements, money, possessions, or status. In the fifth dimension, we understand that our true essence is not about what we do or what we possess, but about who we are at the deepest level of our soul. Here, the ego becomes an ally rather than an enemy, as it helps us navigate the physical world, but without governing our decisions and emotions. However, this detachment is not easy. The human mind is accustomed to operating under the control of the ego, and learning to fully trust the wisdom of the universe takes time, discipline, and constant spiritual practice. 2. Changes in relationships. Another of the great challenges of living in the fifth dimension has to do with changes in relationships. As we raise our energetic vibration and frequency, not everyone around us will be attuned to this new level of consciousness. Some people in our lives may not be ready to make the same leap, which can lead to tensions, distances, or even breakups in relationships that once seemed solid. This can manifest itself in many ways. Some friends or family members may not understand the spiritual path you have decided to take, and their beliefs or behaviors may conflict with your new state of being. As you evolve spiritually, relational dynamics that were based on patterns of dependence, control, or fear begin to crumble. This does not mean that relationships necessarily have to end, but it does mean that they will go through profound transformation processes. Sometimes, people who are no longer aligned with your vibration will naturally drift away. This can be painful, as it can include the loss of loved ones, long-standing friendships, or even romantic relationships. However, it is important to remember that this process is part of spiritual growth. The fifth dimension is aligned with authenticity and unconditional love, and any relationship based on attachments, fear, or dependency will not be able to sustain itself in this new vibration. On the other hand, by raising your vibration, you will also attract new people who are aligned with your spiritual path. These new relationships will be based on mutual respect, deep understanding, and a higher energetic resonance. It's essential to be willing to allow old relationships to transform or end, to make room for more authentic and vibrant connections. 3. Emotional management. The third significant challenge in living in the fifth dimension is emotional management. When we vibrate on this higher level, the old emotional patterns that no longer serve our growth begin to surface to be purified. This can be a deeply intense and, in many cases, overwhelming process. In the third dimension, we often suppress our emotions or ignore them, but in the fifth dimension this is no longer possible. Dense energies, such as fear, anger, resentment, or grief, cannot coexist with the higher frequencies of love and compassion. Therefore, everything that we have repressed throughout our lives begins to emerge to be healed and released. This process of emotional purification can be unnerving. Suddenly, you may find yourself dealing with intense emotions that you thought you had overcome or had never experienced before. If you're not prepared to face them consciously, you may feel lost, confused, or even overwhelmed by the magnitude of these emotions. The key to managing this challenge is to develop emotional healing and self-care practices. Meditation, breath work, journaling, and energy therapy can be powerful tools for processing and releasing these emotions in healthy ways. It is also essential to practice compassion towards yourself in this process, understanding that each emotion that arises is an opportunity to heal yourself and free yourself from the emotional burdens of the past. In addition, by learning to manage your emotions in the fifth dimension, you become more aware of how your emotional state affects your external reality. Since manifestation in the fifth dimension happens quickly, maintaining emotional balance becomes crucial to creating a life aligned with your desires and spiritual purpose. Living in the fifth dimension is a transformative journey that requires letting go of many of the structures and patterns we have created in the third dimension. As we face the challenges of ego detachment, changes in relationships, and emotional management, we are being invited to grow and expand in our true spiritual essence. Although these challenges can be intense, the result is a life more aligned with love, compassion, and authenticity. As more people around the world experience an elevation in their consciousness, the concept of the fifth dimension has become a spiritual guide for those seeking to transcend the limitations of third-dimensional reality. But how do you know if you're ready to live in the fifth dimension? There are several key signs that indicate that your vibration is changing and that you are aligning with this new state of being. These signs include increased empathy and compassion, the rapid manifestation of thoughts and emotions, and a growing attraction to spirituality. Let's dive into each of these signs to understand how they can manifest in your life and how to know if you're ready to make the leap into the fifth dimension. 1. Greater empathy and compassion. One of the first and most noticeable signs that you are ready for the fifth dimension is the development of greater empathy and compassion towards others. As your consciousness rises, you begin to feel a deeper connection not only to the people around you, but also to nature, animals, and the planet as a whole. This connection is not only intellectual, but you feel it deep within you. You realize that you no longer see others as separate individuals, but as reflections of yourself. This sense of unity is a fundamental characteristic of the fifth dimension, where we understand that we are all part of a larger consciousness and that what happens to one affects all. The duality that predominates in the third dimension, where the ego separates and divides, begins to dissolve as you vibrate at a higher frequency. Empathy becomes an integral part of your being. You may feel the pain of others as if it were your own, leading you to act from love and compassion, rather than indifference or judgment. This change can be profound and transformative. Instead of automatically reacting to the conflicts or difficulties of others, you find yourself asking, "How can I help? How can I contribute to the well-being of this person or situation?" You will also feel a deeper connection with nature. By being more aligned with the vibration of the fifth dimension, you will experience a greater appreciation for the earth and all living things. You may feel the need to spend more time in nature, meditating, or just observing the beauty around you. In addition, you'll notice that your lifestyle will begin to reflect this connection, perhaps making more environmentally conscious choices, such as reducing plastic consumption or adopting a plant-based diet. 2. Rapid demonstrations. Another clear sign that you are ready for the fifth dimension is that you realize that your thoughts and emotions are manifesting in your reality much more quickly than before. In the third dimension, manifestations are usually slow and require effort, time, and physical action. However, as you raise your vibration, the barriers that previously slowed down this process begin to fade, and what you think and feel becomes reality much faster. This change can be both a blessing and a responsibility. On the one hand, it's exciting to see how your deepest desires materialize with ease. You may notice that opportunities come to you without much effort, or that people and situations that resonate with your intentions appear in your life just when you need them. This is one of the great gifts of living in the fifth dimension. Manifestation is instantaneous when your thoughts and emotions are aligned with your highest truth. However, this power also comes with considerable responsibility. Since what you think and feel manifests quickly, you must also have conscious control of your negative emotions and thoughts. If you allow yourself to fall into patterns of fear, doubt, or frustration, these will also be reflected in your reality. This means that self-observation and emotional management are fundamental in the fifth dimension. Learning to maintain a high and positive vibration is key to taking advantage of this gift of rapid manifestation. This is where spiritual practices such as meditation, visualization, and affirmation work become essential. These tools will help you keep your energy in an elevated state, allowing you to manifest experiences that are in tune with your purpose and spiritual growth. 3. Attraction to spirituality. Another unmistakable sign that you are ready for the fifth dimension is an exponential increase in your interest in spirituality, meditation, and inner growth. These topics may not have been particularly interesting to you before, but now you feel a deep need to explore your spiritual side. It's as if something inside of you has awakened, leading you to seek answers to bigger questions about life, purpose, and the universe. This attraction to spirituality can manifest itself in many ways. You may find yourself reading books about personal growth, attending meditation workshops, or connecting with people who are on a spiritual path similar to yours. You might also feel a strong inclination toward introspection and self-knowledge, which leads you to ask deeper questions about who you are and what your mission is on Earth. This interest doesn't just come as a superficial curiosity, but as an inner need to reconnect with something bigger than yourself. It's as if you're searching for a deeper truth that you know exists, but that you hadn't been able to see until now. This spiritual quest is a clear sign that your soul is ready to transcend the limitations of the third dimension and enter a space of greater awareness. As you become more drawn to spirituality, you will also notice a desire to simplify your life and let go of the external distractions that previously occupied your time and energy. Activities that used to seem important, like chasing material accomplishments or engaging in social dramas, lose their appeal, while spiritual practices, self-care, and quality time with yourself take on greater importance. This shift in priorities is a sign that your consciousness is evolving into a higher frequency. You are leaving behind the mundane concerns of the third dimension and beginning to align with the values and energies of the fifth dimension, where inner growth, peace of mind, and connection to the universe become the center of your life. Living in the fifth dimension is a heightened state of consciousness that brings with it profound transformations. If you have experienced increased empathy and compassion towards others, an acceleration in your manifestations, and a growing attraction to spirituality, you are likely ready to take the leap to this new level of existence. These signs indicate that your soul has begun to vibrate at a higher frequency, aligning with the energies of oneness, unconditional love, and conscious co-creation. By recognizing and accepting these changes in your life, you can fully embrace the process of ascension into the fifth dimension and begin to live in tune with your highest truth. The transition into the fifth dimension is not an overnight event, but a profound process that requires spiritual, emotional, and mental preparation. Living in the fifth dimension implies inhabiting a state of elevated consciousness, where love, compassion, and unity prevail. To reach this level, it is essential to prepare our being through daily practices that raise our vibration, heal our emotional wounds, and connect us to a community of kindred souls. Below, we'll explore 3 key aspects to prepare you for this experience: daily spiritual practices, self-care and emotional healing, and building an aligned community. 1. Daily spiritual practices. Daily spiritual practices are critical to raising and maintaining your vibration at the proper frequency for the fifth dimension. Among the most powerful practices you can integrate into your daily routine are meditation, gratitude, and mindfulness. These tools will help you tune into the subtlest energies and maintain a state of inner peace and connection, which is crucial to preparing for life in the fifth dimension. Meditation. Meditation is the foundation of any spiritual path. By meditating, you connect with your inner self and with universal consciousness. This state of stillness allows you to transcend the limitations of the ego and open yourself to the energy of unity that predominates in the fifth dimension. Spend at least 10 to 15 minutes a day meditating, preferably in a quiet space where you won't be interrupted. You don't need to do complex meditations. Even a simple breath-focused meditation or guided meditation can help you center yourself and raise your vibrational frequency. Gratitude. Gratitude is another powerful spiritual practice that will help you raise your vibration. By focusing on what you already have and being grateful for every little detail of your life, you align with the energy of abundance, which is a fundamental characteristic of the fifth dimension. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you already possess, which generates a positive energy that attracts more blessings into your life. An effective way to integrate gratitude is to keep a gratitude journal, where each day you write down 3 things you're grateful for. Mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being present in every moment, without judgment or distractions. As you move into the fifth dimension, it is important that you cultivate a greater awareness of your thoughts, emotions, and actions. The third dimension is marked by autopilot and distractions, but the fifth dimension requires you to be aware and in control of your energy at all times. Practicing mindfulness will help you consciously respond to situations instead of reacting automatically, keeping you focused on your spiritual essence. 2. Self-care and emotional healing. Another key aspect of preparing for the fifth dimension is self-care and emotional healing. As you raise your vibration, old emotional wounds and patterns of behavior that no longer serve you will begin to surface to be healed and released. This process can be challenging, but it is essential to avoid getting caught up in lower energies that are preventing you from moving forward on your spiritual path. Emotional healing. To fully live in the fifth dimension, it is essential to heal the emotional wounds of the past. Many of these wounds come from third-dimensional experiences, where fear, pain, and separation predominate. If left unaddressed, these wounds can keep you trapped in dense energies that are incompatible with the higher vibration of the fifth dimension. There are several ways to work on your emotional healing, such as energy therapy, journaling, or even the help of therapists specialized in spiritual healing. The goal is to release emotional patterns that no longer serve you, such as fear, guilt, or anger, and transform them into love, forgiveness, and acceptance. Self-care. Self-care is equally important in this process. By taking care of your body, mind, and spirit, you prepare yourself to maintain a high vibration in a sustained manner. Practicing self-care can include activities such as regular exercise, mindful eating, and adequate rest. In this context, it also involves being in tune with what your body needs to stay aligned with the higher energies. Listening to your body and giving yourself time to nourish it is a way to honor your whole being. Letting go of the past. Part of emotional healing includes the art of letting go. In the third dimension, we tend to cling to the past, old beliefs, and relationships that no longer serve us. However, in order to live in the fifth dimension, it is necessary to let go of those attachments. This does not mean forgetting or ignoring your past, but rather releasing the emotional burdens that tie you to old experiences. By doing so, you open yourself up to the possibility of creating a new reality based on love and compassion. 3. Create an aligned community. Living in the fifth dimension also involves surrounding yourself with a community that is aligned with your spiritual vision and the personal growth you are experiencing. Not everyone around you will be ready to make the same quantum leap into this level of consciousness, and this can lead to tensions or even alienation from certain people. However, finding and connecting with a community of people who share your vision and are on a similar spiritual path can offer you the support and motivation needed to keep moving forward. Surround yourself with like-minded souls. One of the most effective ways to create an aligned community is to look for people who are on a similar path to yours. This may involve attending spiritual workshops, joining meditation groups, or getting involved in online communities focused on spiritual growth. Surrounding yourself with people who understand your journey and share your values will provide you with a safe space where you can express your ideas, challenges, and progress without feeling judged or misunderstood. Mentors and spirit guides. In addition to a community of peers, it's also beneficial to have mentors or spirit guides who can offer you guidance. These individuals can help you navigate the challenges of the spiritual path and provide you with tools and wisdom to face the difficulties that arise during the ascension process. Finding a mentor with experience transitioning to the fifth dimension can be invaluable in helping you maintain your focus and perseverance on track. Authentic and conscious relationships. Relationships in the fifth dimension are based on authenticity and awareness. As you evolve, some relationships based on patterns of dependency or control may fade, while others more aligned with your new vibration will appear. It is important that you are aware of the energies you allow into your life. Make sure you surround yourself with people who lift you up, who support you, and who share a similar vision of love and compassion. These relationships will help you stay centered and grow on your spiritual path. Preparing to live in the fifth dimension is a profound process that requires a constant commitment to your spiritual and emotional growth. Through daily spiritual practices such as meditation, gratitude, and mindfulness, you can keep your vibration elevated. At the same time, working on emotional healing and self-care will allow you to release dense energies that no longer serve your purpose. Finally, creating an aligned community of people who share your vision and your path will provide you with the support and connection you need to navigate this journey of transformation. With each step you take into the fifth dimension, you align more with the essence of your being and open yourself up to a reality where love, compassion, and unity are the predominant forces. By preparing your mind, body, and spirit for this shift, you will be ready to fully embrace life in the fifth dimension. Living in the fifth dimension is a profound journey of transformation, one that invites us to let go of the limitations of the third-dimensional world and embrace a higher reality. In this state of consciousness, love, unity, and compassion become the driving forces of our existence. However, like any big change, this path is not without its challenges. Detachment from the ego, emotional healing, and changes in our relationships may seem like difficult obstacles to overcome, but it is precisely these challenges that prepare us for a more conscious and fulfilling life. By going through them with patience and wisdom, we allow ourselves to evolve into a more authentic version of ourselves, a version that is aligned with our spiritual purpose. The fifth dimension offers us a life of greater peace, love, and abundance. Here, manifestations are rapid, our connections to others are deeper, and the sense of separation dissolves, allowing us to experience life as a unified whole. However, this gift requires a constant commitment to our inner growth, as it is in the expansion of our consciousness that we find the keys to accessing this new state of being. At the end of the day, the journey into the fifth dimension is not just a destination, but a way of living and experiencing life. It is an invitation to live from the heart, guided by inner wisdom and in tune with the energy of the universe. Although the path can be challenging, the rewards are immeasurable. Now that we have explored the challenges and blessings of living in the fifth dimension, do you feel that you are ready to take this leap in consciousness? What spiritual practices are you implementing to align with this new reality? We'd love to read your reflections in the comments and share this transformation journey with you. Do you want to go deeper into your spiritual path? Click on the link in the description and discover more tools for your growth. If you have been inspired by this video, we invite you to subscribe to the channel, like the video and activate the notification bell so that you continue to receive more videos like this one. Thank you for being part of our Essential Vibrations community. Remember to share this message with those people you think can help them. See you in the following video.